So I originally planned to use the debt snowball method, but I decided to go ahead and research both the Avalanche and the snowball method just to see which one would actually be faster. And also, one of the most exciting parts about this is that I'm using an app called the Debt Payoff Planner, not sponsored. I'm using the paid version of this app, which is $6 a month or $24 a year, only because I have so many debts. If you have 10 debts or fewer, you can use the free version. But I have significantly more than 10 debts, and so I am using the paid version. You input all of your information into the app, and then it calculates your payoff date. And then it shows you step by step like which debt you should pay in which order, depending on which method you decide to go with. So you have the option of checking out the Avalanche method, or you can check out the Snowball method and see which one is shorter. They also have custom options. So if anybody has any other ideas about different ways to approach debt repayment versus just Avalanche and just Snowball, please let me know in the comments below. I'm willing to take a look at some other options if they might get me out of debt faster. For anybody who has never been here before, welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara. This is Cookies and Cash, and this channel is all about my journey to pay off $275,000 in student loan and other debt. The bulk of that debt is $237,000, which is in student loans. For those who have not seen the original debt confession video, I will link it at the end of this video, and I will also try to put a card somewhere up here. I mentioned in there, I work for a nonprofit, and I have been in the nonprofit sector for most of my career. And so I have decided that I'm going to enroll in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, which means that I have 120 payments that I have to make on my student loans, which typically, if it's one payment, per month, we're talking about 10 years. After those 120 payments, everything else that's in the balance is discharged. So I've decided that I'm going to go that route because after looking at a couple of different options, my balance is so big that it makes the most sense for me to go with the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, especially since I've been in nonprofit and I expect that I'll be in nonprofit for the rest of my career. The one really good thing about this, and the interesting thing, is I'm not sure if it's going to be a 10-year pay period or shorter than that. I attended a webinar by someone from the Department of Education, and they mentioned that loans that have been in forbearance due to the presidential forbearance over the last few years, starting with the pandemic, that those months would also count towards your 120 months of payment. So my loans have been transferred over to the servicer that is actually handling just the people who are in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. They will have to get all of my information input into their system, and then they will be calculating how many payments have been made towards the 120 payments. So I'm hoping that if the past couple of years count, that I will be looking more at like 7 years left to pay off my student loans before they're forgiven. But I don't know that for sure, and I won't know for at least a couple of months because they need to get my information into the system. They need to calculate everything, that's already been paid and that was, happened during the forbearance. And then it will spit out basically into my account how many payments I already have counting and how many there are still left for me to pay. So right now, I'm staying with the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program to tackle my student loan debt because it makes the most sense. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stay with that or if I'm going to eventually move to trying to pay that off completely versus just getting it discharged. We'll see. But for the time being, I'm enrolled in the program and I'm going to stay in the program and see how many payments I've made towards the 120 payments, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So what I'm doing today is trying to deal with the other $38,000, which is still a significant amount of money, in other debt that I need to pay off. So that is the money that I'm going to, or the debts, those are the debts that I'm going to be inputting into the Debt Payoff Planner app and having it spit out a date or a couple of different dates for me so that I can choose which one is going to be the easiest method or the most efficient method for me to pay off that debt. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll essentially be doing, 2 different payoffs at the same time. I'll be paying off all the other debt that's non-student loan debt, and then I'll be making payments on my student loan debt towards the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. I am going to be putting a little extra money beginning at the start of this kind of payoff journey. Very, very small amount of money, just $60 a month, but that's all I can afford right now. However, that is going to go up, and as it goes up and I plug those numbers into the app as I go along, it will change how long it's taking me to pay down my debt. So hopefully, obviously, the more that I'm putting towards it, hopefully the faster I will get out of debt. So, and also, I didn't say this in my last video, and I want to make it clear now that I have cut up my credit cards. You'll see that a lot of this debt is credit card debt and financing debt, and I have cut up all the credit cards, so I'm no longer going to be incurring any other debt or taking on any other loans or anything like that now that I'm in the debt repay-off plan. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going with the video. Thanks for watching. Really quickly, let's talk about the cookie of the day. These are almond flour strawberry shortcake cookies by Benton. That's my favorite brand, and they come from my favorite store right now, from Aldi. So they're teeny tiny, as you can see. They're like little treats. Okay, now into the video. So that is how the Debt Payoff Planner app works. And as you can see, at the end, it actually turned out that the Snowball is the faster method for me to pay off my debt. A lot of times you hear that Avalanche is faster, but that is not what was happening in my case. And I would have gone with that option if it had turned out to be faster, but even if I can shave off a couple of months, I'll do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that and start with my $60 a month payment. And I will be doing updates here to let you know how it's going. So come back to the channel and take a look. If this is interesting to you, please go ahead and subscribe, and that way you'll get notifications of when I do my updates. I'm also going to be posting budget updates as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.